To order. We have roll call.
Right.
Tom.
Glasser.
James.
Mayor present.
Okay, we have a quorum. Now, can we stand for the invocation and pledge of allegiance? I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Do we have any public comments?
I do not.
Oh, okay. Didn't know where she was going. Has everyone had a chance to look at the agenda and do you consent with the agenda?
I approve of it.
I make a motion to be accepted.
Second that.
Agenda's accepted. Unfinished business?
Was that the, excuse
consent
me, was
agenda.
that the consent agenda?
Yes.
That includes the
Okay.
minutes.
No
We don't
unfinished?
have any unfinished business?
Okay. New business. Applications.
Or, everyone just have to talk really loud tonight. The mic's not working. We will be calling this applicant.
This is for,
This is for agenda item 6D1, 406 Randolph Avenue. Owners Carolyn and Daniel Bluestein and Thomas and Catherine Bluestein.
No.
oh wait, no, we have minor reservations
Oh,
first.
I'm sorry.
629 Tazewell, that's okay.
629 Tazewell.
Yep, sorry about that, everyone.
We're just in a
But we're
hurry.
calling them too.
Yeah, we're calling all of them. Charlie and Shelley Newman,
Yes.
621 Tazewell Avenue. I think I put the agenda items up.
Is this one?
Yeah.
Hello, this is Charlie.
Hi, Mr. Newman. This is the Cape Charles Historic District Review Board, and we're just getting ready to review your application.
Okay, sounds great.
Okay, so the work to be performed is they would like to install vinyl shutters on the first and second floor on the front windows only. As you can see, in the packet, they included the vinyl shutters that they would like to use. You go to page 2, our staff analysis, this property is legal conforming use and this application is in compliance with the zoning ordinance. I gave you the historic district overlay design guidelines, each section. And the applicant is on the phone if you have any questions.
I do have a question. This is Pat James. I see the two pictures of what the house looks like now without shutters and then what the house will look like with the shutters. And also the previous picture of what the house looked like before they took the shutters off. My question to you is there any evidence that there were ever shutters on the first floor? Because I don't see them in your picture.
No, I do not know if there were on the first floor windows. Yeah, the only picture we could find that had original shutters were on the second floor windows.
And the reason I ask that question is that in our guidelines,
I have it.
you have it? Okay, on 5.5.1, it says, do not install specific shutters on specific windows that did not historically have shutters. So I see that they were upstairs, but I don't see them downstairs.
Yeah, and I'm not 100% sure if maybe they, did at one point in time. I just know the only picture that we did see was the second floor had them. So we just thought it. We just put them on the first floor. We just thought it looked better. That we just.
Have you had a chance to look at the guidelines for shutters in the guidelines, the historic guidelines? Because they're very specific.
Yeah.
Because my question is the dimensions of the shutters. I see, compared to the first picture, the ones you're looking at are wider, but how wide? Because the requirement that they be able to cover the entire window if they were closed.
Yes, yeah, I do know that requirement, and yeah. So the I guess the little drawing we kind of put together was just a depiction of show kind of what it would look like. So it wasn't actual I guess you could say dimensions to meet the actual guidelines.
Okay, so that's just like a Photoshop picture.
It's not the scale.
Yeah.
Correct. Yeah.
And the guidelines also are very clear on how they are to be installed, so that they look like they actually do shut, and that they only go the width of the window, not above the frame.
Correct. Yes. Yes. I have seen all of that.
And that's your plan to do it that way?
Yeah.
Okay. Any other questions? So the question about the first floor?
Yeah.
Is the house wood?
Right now, the house is vinyl sided, correct?
Yes, it's vinyl sided.
I mean, technically, with no evidence that there were shutters on the first floor, the guidelines recommend not putting them there.
Okay, yeah, I mean, yeah, obviously we would put them in there, but I mean, it's not, yeah. Understand if you all don't want to approve that.
So you'd be willing to not put them on the first floor?
Yes, yeah, I mean, yeah, I'm willing to do that.
Okay. Any other questions?
Nope, just as long as they're mounted the way they're supposed to be and that the dimensions fit the windows, I'm fine with them.
So the recommendation is
That
that
means they're hinged, so they can close.
the shutters be mounted per our guidelines, hinged and the correct width, so they would cover the entire window when they're closed, and not to put them on the first floor. Would someone want to make a motion?
I just wanted to ask again about the product itself, because I don't see anything that makes me think it's real, that they're just, that they don't really work.
Well, they don't have to work. They
They
just
have to
have
be
to look.
look like they would. Okay.
Which I think, Pat, I think is the size that's gonna make it look in appearance like it will work.
Mhm.
And the
Okay.
hinges,
So that would be okay then.
Yes, on the second floor.
Okay. So did we have a motion?
I have a motion to accept with, I don't know exactly how to word this, with the exception of the shutters being on the first floor, because there's nothing historically that says they were there.
A second?
a second,
Okay. All in favor?
Aye.
Before you take, for clarity on the motion, so a motion to accept and require that they are mounted and hinged in compliance with the guidelines
Correct.
and not to place shutters on the first floor windows.
Correct.
Correct.
Thank you.
Are you okay with that, sir? Mr. Newman?
Yeah.
Oh,
You heard it.
You heard
Motion.
the motion.
Yeah, I just got it all. Yep.
Okay.
Thank you very much.
Okay.
And in the future, I mean, if we do come across any older pictures, like historic pictures that do show them on the first floor, would we be able to come back and
Yes.
request
Yes.
Yes.
possibly installing them on the first floor as well?
Yes. I think traditionally
Okay,
they
great.
weren't on the first floor because the first floor is covered by a porch. So having
Correct,
that
yeah, I
additional,
understand that, yeah.
but if you can find that, absolutely, you could go back and do it.
Okay.
So motion is
Well,
passed.
thank you very much
Would
for
he,
your time.
would he be able to do
Thank
that
you.
without having to file a new application? Could we make some provision for that?
If you would like to make a provisional condition here and maybe give a time frame to how long you
Just,
keep that
yeah.
open, 60 days or something?
90 days. 6 months,
90
really.
days?
Just gotta find the photograph.
Yeah.
Mr. Newman, did you hear that conversation?
So Mr. Newman,
Barely.
we're going to, I think the board is going to make an amendment to their motion to provide you an allowance of 90 days to come back without further charge, if you can provide evidence that there were shutters on the first floor.
Okay, got it.
So
Thank you.
I need a motion and a second from that board to that effect.
I'll make a motion to that effect.
Second.
All in favor?
All right.
Okay, so you have 90 days to show us if there were shutters on the first floor, and you can just go ahead and put them in with the rest
For free.
for free.
Okay.
Okay, thank
Great.
you.
Thank you. Appreciate it.
All right, good night.
All right. Bye.
Now, just procedurally, if he finds out there were in 95 days, he would have to come back.
That's correct. You just provided a 90-day
Okay.
allowance.
Okay, just checking. All right.
We will need to call the next applicant also.
Okay. The next one is 406 Randolph. Okay. This book is too bulky. This is Carol Bluestein, correct?
This is Thomas. She wants
Thomas,
to contact
okay.
Thomas, yep. That's why-
Co-owner.
That's the one that's highlighted.
Okay. I'll try again.
Oh, well, you took 7, 8.
I did
I'm
before.
sorry, you entered
7, 5, 7. Gee. My fingers aren't tough enough.
Sorry, but your call cannot be completed.
Oh.
What is it?
757 575 2339. You have the magic touch.
We are on agenda item 61, 406 Randolph Avenue.
Your call has been forwarded to voicemail. The person you're trying to reach is not available. At the tone, please record your message. When you have finished recording, you may hang up.
Good evening, Thomas. This is Tracy Outen calling during your agenda item of the Historic District Review Board meeting.
There's a second phone number.
So I just wanted to let you know that we give you a call. We will try to call this other number that we have. Thank you. Yeah, I think this is Carol's signature. Carol.
So this is Carol.
Hello?
Hi, is this Carol Bluestein?
Yes, it is.
This is Kathy Glasser with the Cape Charles Historic District Review Board. We did try to call Thomas, but he was not available.
Oh, okay.
So we are reviewing your application right now.
Okay.
This is for 406 Randolph Avenue, and what the applicant is seeking to do is replace doors as follows. Front door is currently a 15 light metal door with a 4 light, 1 panel door, and they would like to replace, 15 light metal door. And they're replacing with a 4 light, 1 panel fiberglass door. And today it does have a screen door on it, but they're not proposing that screen door to be replaced.
Are you able to hear Tracy?
I think the gist of it had to do with the front door, and we did not plan on replacing the storm door on the front door.
Correct.
Correct.
She's basically reading the application.
Oh, okay.
So I'll let her continue.
Yes, ma'am.
Is this better? Okay. Also, for the back door, it is currently a glass panel door. I did not get the exact specifications for that door. And for the side door, today it is a 9 light, 1 panel metal. They would like to replace it with a 1 light, 2 panel fiberglass, and that storm screen door will be replaced with a 1/1 and 1 panel screen door.
Just
And
I'm sorry, just to clarify, if there's only a side door that's in the back, there is no back door.
Correct.
Correct.
Okay.
And then number 2, they would like to replace the front porch and step, the wood balustrades and columns with new wood balustrades and columns of the same design. And they would like to replace one of the missing west side roof eave trim with a new aluminum trim.
I'm sorry. I didn't.
The pictures
Oh, I
will
see.
show you where it's at on it's
Yeah.
one of the roof eaves. It needs to be replaced because it's off.
Okay. And you said they're replacing the steps?
No, not the steps.
No.
the railing.
They're replacing, yes, the front porch and steps with balustrade, the new balustrades. They're replacing the balustrades and the columns
But not,
with new wood, not the steps, but the balustrades that go, or handrails that go down the steps. They're not replacing the steps nor the porch flooring.
Are the balusters the same as the ones that were on the porch?
Yes, I put in the staff report of the same design. Okay, if you move along to the materials, you'll see that they did give us the materials for all the doors and the balustrades and columns and the roof eave.
okay.
This property is legal, and is a legal conforming use, and this application is in compliance with the zoning ordinance. And if you go on, all the historic district overlay design guidelines are printed out there for you. And the applicant is on the phone if you have any questions.
Okay. The colors that you have here, this is for the door, I believe?
No,
No.
the color, they were just matching, it says that, hold on.
You have a color swatch here.
But we don't have.
No, I'm just wondering what it was.
Yeah, I think they put that in there for maybe
Okay.
the door or roof. Yeah, it's for the door. It says Therma-Tru up at the top. So I believe that's for the color. Maybe they want their doors.
So it's the front and side door, and the storm door on the side, and the balusters and rails.
Where were you able to find the exact balusters? I don't see a example of them here.
That's because they said that they were just replacing like for like. So they're gonna go the exact design that's there.
Okay.
With wood. Because I do believe it's wood currently.
So
If not
all the
the
wood is
applicant
being
was correct.
replaced with
All the wood
wood?
is being replaced, and in the pictures, they show you why.
And I'm sorry, I'm looking at the roof eaves, however you say that. I don't quite understand.
Okay, that,
It.
right up there in the eave, you see it's like a little triangle. Some of that is cut, it looks, by the picture, it looks like it's gone. See, it doesn't have the point on the, if you look at the pictures on the right side, you will not see, it's missing a point. And the applicant's on the phone if I'm
The
doing
peak,
it.
the
It's
very
peak.
peak.
They want to
Triangle.
replace
Just
that with
replacing that
aluminum.
one little piece.
Yeah, a little piece.
Okay, and that's just the color? It's just the color of,
We
It'll-
don't do colors here.
no,
It'll
it's
probably be
just
white.
aluminum.
But so
Yeah.
replacing the broken one with one that looks just like that, but not
Okay.
broken.
Yes.
All right.
It's missing.
Correct.
The trim work, that piece of trim work has been missing for as long as we've owned it. It was missing when we bought it. And we knew we'd have to replace it because it allows water to get underneath the aluminum pieces that are trim up there.
And the material of that piece is aluminum?
It's wood.
That's what we were told.
It's wood.
No, it's,
No, it's
It's a
aluminum
metal.
or wood?
The framework, the frame of the house, I'm sure, is wood. And then there was already vinyl siding and from what I understand, it's aluminum trim that they use to close off the wood so that the wood cannot rot and I guess doesn't have to be painted.
Okay, so
So it's just replacing missing piece.
but the piece you're replacing will be made in aluminum?
Yes, because that's what the trim is made of. Yes,
Okay.
that's what the trim of the house is made of, yes.
Okay.
That's what we were told by the contractor we had out.
Okay. Questions?
Right, if you see her, excuse me, if you look on, in the agenda item, you'll see where the applicant actually drew a picture. And she's not replacing it, further, she said that one is missing, right there on the peak.
Right, it's wood, not metal.
I don't know.
oh, I'm looking at the wrong thing, I guess.
Right there. So it's that piece right there, is what you pointed
Okay,
out.
I was looking at
Yeah, I think
that.
everyone was.
Yeah, we were
That I
looking at the
was too.
point,
Yep,
and I'm
so
going,
this is-
that looks like something's missing.
So it's that.
Okay, all right, I gotcha.
You got it.
Hi, this is Herb Tom. The piece that you're replacing, are you sure it's metal and not wood?
It's my understanding, sir, that that is a piece of metal trim that whenever vinyl siding is put on the house, which was there when we bought the house, that one piece probably got blown off in a windstorm of some sort. And it's my understanding that when there's vinyl on a house, that the material that they bend to fit the curve of the wood would be aluminum. That's my understanding, that it would be covering up the wood with a trim piece to replace the trim piece that blew off. We assume blew off.
Okay, thank you.
Yes, sir.
Any other questions?
I mean, I think that is, on the right side of that western eave, the piece of flashing is blown off. On the left side, I think
Yeah.
the aluminum flashing is still there, still covering. So my understanding is just replacing, covering that exposed wood, the piece that had blown off. No questions.
On the doors, are you going to be doing anything with the frame of the door, or are you just putting the doors in the existing frame?
It's my understanding that it would be the doors usually come, or they with the frame
Okay,
around it, yes.
okay.
And there's there's rotted board in the back, around the back, that wood frame is rotted,
That's why I asked. Okay.
yes.
Any,
Thank you.
any further questions?
No,
Can we make a motion?
I'll make a motion to approve the application.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
aye.
Approved. You have your certificate.
Thank you very much.
You're welcome.
Appreciate it.
Thank you.
Take
Bye-bye.
care. Bye-bye.
Okay. Next, 508 Harbor Avenue.
And this applicant is here. So this is, the owners are Stephen Q. and Mary R. Rogers, and they'll be represented by James Ryan Bender. As you can see in your packet, we have the permission to represent. Site address is 508 Harbor Avenue. And as you can see, the applicant is seeking to replace the following. On the front porch, the flooring, which is existing wood, he would like to replace it with composite decking. The ceiling cover, he would like to cover the existing wood with vinyl. The steps are existing concrete over wood with a wood frame. He would like to replace the existing concrete over wood with a wood frame with composite decking. And then we're going to move along to the rear stoop railing. The existing wood would be replaced with vinyl to match the front porch balustrades. The siding, he would like to replace the existing aluminum with vinyl. The window trim, he would like to have vinyl. And the fascia and soffit is existing aluminum, and he would like vinyl. This application also includes painting on painted wood. We move on to page 2. I have all the materials that are listed out for you. The zoning compliance, this property is legal conforming use, and this application is in compliance with all zoning ordinances. We move along, I do have all of the sections that are for this application printed out for you. For the design overlay, the guidelines. Also, the applicant is here if you have any questions. Rob Samples.
Please come up and introduce yourself.
James Ryan Bender.
I'm sorry, I didn't hear.
James Ryan Bender.
Okay.
This is my mother's house.
It's recorded, that's why we have.
I don't know if you guys want to see this, the kind of sample of the siding.
Let's go through one at a time. All right.
So I'm a little bit confused about the front stairs. The front stairs are concrete,
Yeah, that's it.
surrounded with brick columns. What, you want to replace the concrete stairs or just repair them with wood?
Like it's a wood frame and then concrete poured on top of it. It's not like just, solid concrete. But it's starting to fall apart, and we just wanted to get rid of the concrete.
Your replacement material will be,
It would be like the same decking that's not wood on the porch.
it'll be all wood, no concrete.
Yeah. And composite all the tops.
And the brick will remain?
Yeah, the brick like side things would still be there.
Are you gonna point the bricks up?
If I've noticed that there's a lot of missing mortar and stuff.
Okay, let's go back. On your application, Add repair gutters and downspouts.
They're gonna put new ones up. A lot of the downspouts have like been blown off and aren't even there at the moment.
So they're replacing what was there before.
Yeah,
Any,
all gutters all the way around and all the downspouts.
okay. And do we have that material?
I believe it's, I can call the guy just to double check. It's kind of
Do you know
the
what
same.
it is offhand?
I don't know for sure offhand, but I think they're aluminum.
Okay.
Are you gonna put railings on the front stairs?
Yes.
So that will be parallel to the brick?
They would, either one railing center or down both sides. There are no railings now,
Right.
just we thought that for safety.
Do you have any documentation showing there was a railing in the middle?
There was never a railing at all, ever. We built those steps.
I think putting the railing in the middle would not be appropriate.
Yeah. Well,
So,
but I'm not even sure, I mean,
You
yeah,
don't even have to put a railing, but yeah, we just were gonna do it for, safety.
the ceiling of the porch covered with vinyl, what kind of,
The same stuff with the soffit. The same stuff that would be like on the soffit of the under, so it would be like this.
are you gonna take the wood down?
No, just put this right over top of it.
What prohibits you from repairing the wood?
Just that where we're at, it gets sandblasted all the time, and my mom just doesn't want to have to keep repainting, and this will just be a permanent fix.
Yeah, my one concern, I read, I think somewhere in here, that vinyl on top of the wood could cause it to rot.
Right.
It's a vented.
Okay, all right.
also on your application, you write, would like to paint bricks if possible.
Yeah, I heard that probably. Yeah, that's, I did, so that's not on there, so I've already told her that that's probably not gonna fly. She wanted to know if she could put like some lattice up or something.
I'm sorry, I
Some
can't hear you.
lattice. Like, could she put up lattice against the bricks?
No, speak into the microphone.
Maybe perfect.
It's not working.
Oh, it's not.
Lattice, he's asking about lattice,
If we
since he
could,
can't.
so if
make
you
it.
can't paint, she wants to know if she could put lattice up against it, like, just to be decorative, I guess.
Over the
Just
bricks?
like up against it.
I'm not sure where
How
you
much
mean.
brick is involved?
The house is like 8 feet up in the air, so I don't know.
It's all brick.
So you're saying
all brick.
cover all the bricks with lattice?
Yeah, that's just kind of, just for the sheet down.
Yeah, I see it.
Yeah, I'm looking.
Yeah,
I mean-
it's all brick.
See, here.
I don't think covering the brick would be appropriate. If there was a blank area there, you could fill it in, but to put the lattice over the brick. I mean, the brick
She doesn't
is,
like the way the bricks look.
It's 6 foot.
Yeah, I mean, it's taller than me, so yeah.
Yeah.
but the brick is part of the historic.
Yeah, it's fine.
Well, and it's got ivy on it too. I mean, I think just, getting rid of the ivy and just doing some, but yeah, because the brick is an important part of
Yeah,
that
it's-
house. Yeah.
That nice.
All right.
Are you going to put the railing and the spindles back on top of the porch?
Where?
They're already there, I think.
But here you already have the railing and everything. Can you
Yeah,
go
that-
redo the porch?
Yeah, that's gonna come off and just go right.
And then go right back
Yeah.
on?
Okay. Porch floor will be composite.
Yeah, front and back.
Vinyl ceiling, steps, wood frame decking.
And the rear porch, those are all concrete blocks. You're going to replace that with wood?
No, that's just gonna stay. It's just the
Stay-
front steps are
just the-
cracking and falling
Okay.
apart.
On your application, you do mention the rear stoop railing.
Yeah, they're.
You're just
like,
replacing the
wood
railing,
railings
not-
Will be to like the same kind of railing system that's on
Okay, nothing to do with the steps, just the
Yeah.
railing.
Yeah, so it all kind of matches.
You're gonna do away with the wood rail,
Yeah, and have the same kind of railing that's on the front porch, just
right?
all the way around.
Which is composite,
Yeah.
okay. Any additional questions?
So I was trying to figure out the windows from these pictures, because I know you're going to do,
We just have to take the trim off because the siding she wanted is thicker than like the J channels that are there now, so they'll have to pull the trim off and then put like a wider channel, I guess, behind the window trim. And we were just gonna change the color.
We don't have a picture of what that's,
You brought a sample of the siding.
no, what the windows will look like after.
Yeah, they'll look just exactly how they are, same material, everything, it'll just be a different color, and it'll just be a little further away from the house, to fit the siding.
And it'll have the same
Yeah, it'll have the same
configuration,
variance, everything, it's just the gate, but
the sill.
Just where I'm coming at, the sill,
there is
this
none.
is framed, there's no windowsill.
There isn't, no.
it's just the, like, the aluminum or whatever, it's all over the place. Or one place, we'll call it.
It has a window and a frame, but no sill.
So are you saying it should have a sill?
Yeah, it says it right in the guidelines.
So that's a different configuration.
It says in the guidelines, if it is a non-historic window, and I would imagine that would count the framing, which is almost flush, that if you replace it, you should try to replace it with the way it looked historically.
Exactly like they do now, nothing should change.
But that's what we're saying, the way they look now is not how they should be.
Well, I mean, they've been on there for 30 years, so I don't know.
Herb?
What do you want me to tell you? I'm just following the guidelines.
Okay.
Now, there's a gray area that holds the house.
I think 1920.
1925.
Is it a contributing structure?
Yes.
Well,
The windows are not being replaced,
No.
correct?
The-
Just
No, but the
trimmed.
frame around it.
Just, not even.
Yeah, but the frame-
Just a little metal trim piece.
you're wrapping the wood with aluminum.
It's already, yeah, that's already on there, it's just, we're taking it off and then putting a bigger J channel in and then putting the same thing back.
Okay, so in essence, you're really not replacing the windows.
No, not replacing the windows at all. Just a little, like, border.
So
Like,
then he
trim.
can keep
yeah,
what he
that's
has.
it.
Okay, the trim,
Actually, the contractor, the J channel's not part of the window.
no,
It's part on the side.
right.
What he's saying is that the siding that is currently there, the thickness of it is different.
It's
Yeah, it's
it's skinnier, this siding wouldn't fit on without
It
moving.
probably has half inch on it now, they're gonna have 3/4 to accept that side. And it's the thickness.
Okay,
it's not-
because see-
So from a two-dimensional purpose, you won't see the difference.
Right. That, in the guidelines, it calls for the trim pieces have to be 3.5 inches wide.
Yeah, that doesn't change, but he's not changing the window.
Right, so you're not changing the window, so
So
it's
it's
gray.
grandfathered.
All he's changing is the piece that
Right.
accepts the siding,
The-
but you
right.
will never see the.
So as far as I'm concerned, the guidelines are okay. That's my new word, 52 shades of gray.
And one last question from me, the vinyl, the
Yeah.
thickness of the vinyl.
But, it says 1 1/4, I guess, or,
No. the
No, that's
thickness-
width.
The thickness of the vinyl.
I can,
This.
yeah, I can call them and get, find out.
It
But it should be on the specs.
It's better than 1/4. It's better than 1/4.
Okay,
Been here a couple times, that's why I'm
Okay.
helping you out.
he said it's better than what yours
Okay,
is.
well, he knows. If it's better than 4.046,
We're
we're
okay.
good.
Any additional questions?
I'm just trying to figure out covering the wood with vinyl above the porch.
You're talking the roof of the porch, inside?
Inside, they're just gonna put this like soffit material over top of like the existing one.
So you won't, well,
So it'll just, never has to be
Yeah.
anything on it, it's just there.
Right.
I have that.
And I think you put a picture,
Yeah, it's instant, because it used to be beadboard.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I think that's the back porch, but yeah. It's
Mhm.
we've got porches.
Okay.
I don't know if you can see it.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's, yeah.
So
Okay.
all the face wood, all the soffit.
I have no further questions. Anyone?
I like you more and more every day.
Questions, sir?
No, I think you're covered as far as what the guidelines are asking you to do, because you're not really doing what, you're okay.
Yeah, okay.
The guidelines don't restrict you from doing what you're doing, and to follow the guidelines, you're not interfering with what the guidelines really say.
As long as you don't paint the brick.
Yeah.
Or put anything
Or put
on
lattice
it.
over the
On
brick.
Right.
I'll let her know.
Okay.
when you go to make your motion, make sure you put that in there since that wasn't the application.
Okay.
Okay, I'll make a motion that we approve your project with the exception of you cannot paint the bricks
Or put lattice over the bricks.
or put lattice over the bricks. The bricks have to remain as they are, except pointing the ones by the porch, the front porch, should be pointed up.
Okay.
Everything else.
Everything
Per
else is
the
okay.
application.
As per the application.
I second that.
All in favor?
Aye.
Ayes have it, so on. Start your project.
All right, thank you.
Okay, this next applicant will need to be called. His name's Carrie Shackelford.
I'm hitting the wrong keys somehow. What? My fingers are too fat.
1707.
I'm sorry, you
You'll have a very hard time dialing the phone.
I'm doing it
Well, there's-
upside down.
My fingers are fat.
65072.
I have two keys.
Hello?
Is this Carrie?
Yes?
Hi, this is Kathy Glasser with the Cape Charles Historic District Review Board, and we're going to be reviewing your application now.
Okay, so
Yes, ma'am.
the owner is Merrimack Properties LLC. They'll be represented by Carrie Shackelford. This site is for 602 Washington Avenue. And the applicant, this is a half after the fact and a half he would like to do new. So we'll start with the after the fact. The applicant installed an enclosed outdoor shower on the side porch. He did not install the gutters yet, he just did the, looking at them, he did not install the gutters. So that's first. And he would like to, now he is also applying to install gutters, and he's seeking to install lattice between the front and side porch piers and install a rear 16 by 16 paver patio.
Were you able to hear that, sir?
No, ma'am.
Carrie, sorry. Tracy just read your application.
I read the staff report that was included in the email I sent you.
Yeah, that's fine.
Okay, and then page 2 is the materials. I didn't have a material for the gutters.
Aluminum.
It says aluminum 6-inch white.
Okay. Oh, and this applicant also submitted a letter and more pictures. He submitted that yesterday. We did not get that in time for this staff report. So for zoning compliance, the property is legal conforming use and the proposed materials are in compliance with the zoning ordinance. However, an updated site plan needs to be provided before this application is in compliance with the zoning ordinance, particularly the house and all proposed hardscapes, decks, patios, and any other items that he would like to add needs to be included with dimensions and clearly defined setback. But staff is recommending that the HDRB review this and the zoning compliance will be forthcoming.
So-
Go on to the historic district overlay design guidelines. I put all the sections that pertain to this particular property there. And as you know, Carrie Shackelford is on the phone. He is the applicant.
I have a question for you, Tracy. The extension of the porch in order to fit the shower on there, does that not, that just counts as the shower?
That's what he was saying, because it's enclosed, you can see the pictures.
So in the original application,
In the first application, when he came for this, he did increase the size of the side. He said he was increasing the side of the side porch.
so the actual size of the porch didn't change,
No, he
Well,
put the
just what's on it.
shower on it, yes.
Mr. Shackelford, this is Kathy Glasser. On our guidelines, we don't have anything specific to showers, but they do talk about additional things. And the biggest issue is that it should be, hang on one second, placed at the rear of the building and out of view from the public right-of-way to the maximum extent possible. This is raised up on a porch facing a street. That, to me, does not meet that particular recommendation.
I think if you look at the letter that I sent in yesterday, I pulled out the specific guidelines I think that you're talking about, and a couple of things to back up to. It's not on the porch. It just happens to be elevated at the same height that the porch is. So it's kind of a little bit confusing to say that it's on the porch. I think that, and again, I'm quoting from memory here, I think the guidelines say it should be, if possible. We can't put it behind the house because we plan to add an addition to the back of the house next year. And so if we put the shower at the back of the house, we'd have to relocate it. I also supplied several photos that showed recent and similar showers that were placed on the side of the house. And as a matter of fact, I think last month there was one approved in the review board, if I'm not mistaken. So that's where I'm sort of coming from.
I understand that, and I did look at those pictures. I guess the difference in your house compared to those is that you're on a corner lot, so you're much more visible.
I'm not on a corner lot.
Well,
I'm not on a corner lot.
But
it's open to the side street, whereas these other houses that were placed on the side, it's less visible because it's between two houses. Yours is open, completely open to the side street.
Yeah, it's an empty lot
But I
next to
can't
it.
have any, I mean, that shouldn't affect me because I can't affect the fact that there's 1, 2, 3, or 10 lots open on one side of me.
Okay, then the next thing, and you actually put this in your letter, If it cannot be placed in the rear, then landscaping or other appropriate screening should be utilized to limit the visibility. Do you have any
And
plans?
I'm happy to do that. I did not do this because I knew there was a potential that I might have to do something else. I'm happy to apply any landscape screening that anyone would recommend.
Is there a reason why it was raised up so high?
It's raised up like that because I like to get them up off the ground.
But the only access to it is from the porch, correct?
Currently, I could put separate steps to it if that would be better.
No, I don't think so.
No, it's
I
on the
think that would
porch.
make it even more.
Yeah.
I agree with you. I mean, the whole reason it's there is because it got away from me. But my intention was to do this, but to do it at a later point. But my guys just picked it up off the drawing and did it. So I'm a little bit unprepared, to have applied screening or anything else because I just stopped what I was doing. But I'm happy to do anything related to landscape screening or anything else along that line.
I think another question was the actual design and the materials used. They look like shutters.
They're louvered panels. I have used them before, and most recently in less than a year on another project, and that was not objected to.
In Cape Charles?
Yes, ma'am. 624 Jefferson Avenue, on a shower.
Now, you said that you have seen other elevated showers like this, elevated, this high?
I did not obviously go on to other people's property to measure how far they are up off the ground. But there are other showers. If you look at those photos, you'll see some of those are elevated above the ground.
They are elevated, but only minimally. Not to the extent, I don't know, what is the distance to the porch floor from the ground?
It's probably 26 inches.
Yeah, I don't think that any of these others are that high.
The one at 624 Jefferson that I did last year, that was approved by the review board, is 28 inches.
I just don't see anything in the
And it is
guidelines.
also positioned in a similar distance in relationship to the house.
Yeah, I mean, the height thing is different than anything that I can recall that's come up, but there's nothing specifically encouraging or, I guess, discouraging that from what I can tell. The only applicable thing here, I mean, I suppose we could argue about the rear of the structure. I tend to agree this is towards the rear of the structure. I think the easy solution is the question of screening, which is about the only relevant issue to this discussion that I see in the guidelines in section 9.4.
Well, and the other thing too, because there's an empty lot next to it, even if you put the shower in the back, you're
Still
still
see
gonna
it.
see it.
Sure.
So I think the screening.
So we
with
should
some-
fill that other lot.
Well,
Yeah,
with the way, we've
Yeah.
got 2 lots coming up now.
another
so,
week or two.
yeah.
So I guess the bottom line is, having a plan for screening at some point.
I'd be happy to come in tomorrow and leave a screening plan with the zoning office. Would you like to have a particular type of planting? Has that been mentioned in others in the past?
No, it's
I mean,
just something that helps to conceal the building.
Excuse me.
Okay.
I-
What if I
Wait.
put up an arbor?
Hold on
and
one
I planted
second.
A rose bush.
Tracy has a comment.
Last month, you did approve for a new home, and the shower was on the rear of the property, and you said since it could be viewed from the corner street,
Remember that.
it had to do screening.
Yes.
Right, and that was in,
And
Our stipulation.
why she had it placed on that particular part of the rear was because because of how
Were you able to hear that?
No, ma'am, I could.
It was the same one he referenced in his
Yes.
letter, the one we did last month.
Last month, they actually got that applicant, when she came forth with a shower, they actually got her to screen it, and hers was on the rear, but it could be seen from the side street.
So the screening was required.
Sure, I'm happy to do the screening. Was there particular planting or particular height that the plants need to be? I mean, I think it's impractical to think I would have plants come up to that height, but I could put up an arbor and plant a rose bush or something else that would climb that arbor.
Carrie, it's Herb, what kind of screen planting are you talking about? Something at a 3-foot height that'll grow to 6 or 7 feet?
Putting up an arbor, and then roses that grow up over the arbor to screen it. That's what he is just now talking about.
Okay,
It will take time. It won't get to, again, if you're trying to get to the full height of this, maybe you are looking at different trees, not a rose bush.
I'm looking at trees.
Okay. So I think that's where this needs to be.
Hold on, Carrie.
Mine says
Katie,
We're walking up so you can hear.
Katie's coming up. We're talking about trees that are going to cover the shower rather than little rose bushes, or also you could build an arbor.
But that would take time.
That would take time, so,
So Carrie, I would probably recommend that we're looking at some sort of
Evergreen.
vertical tree screening, maybe 3 to 5,
but,
depending upon the width
I mean,
across of how
are we
we're
going to
doing
suggest that he should put a tree in that close to the house?
No, but you could do something like arborvitae's.
this. There are some that would work in that
Yeah.
space.
Yeah.
I don't like that.
So you all need to decide as a board what level of screening.
how about evergreens?
How about I consult the local landscape people and come up with a plant, tree, I have to use the word plant, but let's call it a tree. And I come either return to the group or provide this to the planning and zoning, and here's the size, and let's say that we go with Katie's size of 3 to 5 feet tall, which will quickly grow. It'll be some kind of plant that would grow higher, quicker, and use that as a provision of this.
I would be amenable to stipulating that it would be approved with the idea that this is what would happen.
And it sounds great if you're willing to accept after he's consulted with a landscaping professional and providing that to the office with a recommendation.
Can we make a decision tonight with that stipulation, or do we have to wait until
You can
he
make it
comes
with
back
that-
with?
You can make it with that stipulation.
We could approve it and then,
Yes, and I will look at it and
Right.
sign off on it in accordance with your decisions this evening.
okay, so but what I'm asking is, could you all approve the screening that we're talking about tonight, and he could carry on?
Yes,
Yes,
that's what she said.
as long as
Fine.
you include it in your motion, yes.
Right.
Marty, you
You
had.
got that, Carrie?
Hang on, I'm not sure the whole board agrees.
Yeah, Marty wanted to
No,
say
I'm
something,
okay.
I think. No?
Yea or nay?
Nope, fine.
So we can, someone can make a motion that it be approved based on what we just talked about.
Well,
Okay,
there's nothing about the
Don't forget
gutters
the
or,
other thing.
yeah, the other things.
Oh, the gutters,
The gutters and the lattice.
The gutters and the patio.
Yeah.
Don't you want some lattice there too?
right.
Yeah, I have no questions on the gutters or the lattice. Lattice keeps coming up tonight. This is not that.
No.
We've dealt with lattice many times in the past. I'm ready to proceed.
okay, lattice and the downspouts and gutters, Carrie, seem to be approval.
The patio.
The patio, anybody?
I
I
actually-
haven't found the patio yet.
Exactly. Which patio, we're talking about,
At the time, he did not have a survey for the packet.
okay, I was gonna say, I don't see any pictures of it. So
I
we,
didn't provide a big picture of the product, it's just a cast
No, I don't see the drawing of,
Paver.
I don't see the drawing of where it will
It's
be.
shown on the survey directly behind the house.
The small little bump out there.
It's 16 feet square.
Is that it?
It handed in time, it did not get included in the packet.
Okay.
That's what came today, right?
Now,
Not in the packet.
earlier you had said you didn't want to put the shower on the back because you were going to add an addition on there.
That's right.
The
So
screen
we're gonna have to
porch?
relocate the patio at some point.
Okay, so it's not going to be a screen porch, it's just a patio.
Yeah, it's just literally paver bricks laid on the ground. That's all
Okay.
it is.
And that will be relocated when you put the addition on.
Yes.
Okay. I have no other questions.
I'm sorry for not following. Where's the lattice going?
Oh, in the space between the
The front
support
porch,
beams,
where the piers are.
the piers.
Oh, okay, okay, gotcha, gotcha.
Yes, I have no issue with that. So we're in agreement on all the
Is
other
it
items?
painted or unpainted?
The lattice. Can you tell us what the material of the lattice is?
It's made out of the pressure treated wood that's painted.
It'll be painted,
Painted.
okay? So, do we want to have a
I would
motion?
like to make a motion to approve the application as submitted, and provided the applicant provides the zoning department with information on the proposed screening of the outdoor shower.
I second it.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Approved.
Thank you very much.
You're
Y'all have a good evening.
You too, Carrie.
Bye-bye.
Okay, moving on, agenda item 64. This is for lot 32 on Monroe Avenue. The owner is MLT Enterprises LLC, and the application was done by their representative Andrew McCoy, but his contractor is here tonight to represent it. So this is to construct a new two-story single-family residence with a front porch, a rear screened-in porch, a rear deck, and although this is currently a vacant lot, new construction should be compatible, sympathetic, and complementary to existing buildings. The materials are listed. The only material I did not have was for the lattice, so maybe this contractor would know. And then the zoning compliance, it says that the proposed materials are in conformance with the zoning ordinance for new construction. However, an updated site plan needs to be provided before this application is in compliance with the zoning ordinance. And the applicant is aware of that. Also, you will see that he has to do a driveway for the town code. The next section on page 2 is the historic district overlay design guidelines for new construction and hardscaping. And as I said, his contractor is here. Mr. Rittenhouse, I will call him up if you have any questions.
Please.
Please state your name for the record.
My name's Robert Bridges.
Oh, the microphone's not working. Speak loud.
My name's Robert Bridges. I'm here for Mr. McCoy to answer your questions. You have any?
You mentioned the driveway, Tracy. Is that in the back?
No, it's gonna be right in front, in the,
On the left side. it's
Oh,
20 by
okay.
20.
Because I see you also have an area in the back off the alley.
oh, but then, what are you talking about, the sidewalk? No, it will be in the front, for compliance with town code, like you have a sidewalk in front of your house?
Oh, I think
you have a
that-
sidewalk in front of your house.
The
No, I'm
gravel-
talking about
Gravel area in the back, yeah.
That's
Yeah.
like, yeah.
parking off the alley.
Yeah, like golf carts and
Okay.
anyone cars.
And there's a shed on there. Is that part of this?
No, it's
Okay. And you're putting in the sidewalk?
No,
That's- no.
he will. No, I don't know if he will, but
Yes.
it will be done. The property owner is required for that.
Okay.
I mean, it's a detailed material list. It's thorough. The only really question I had was the step material was the only thing I wrote down.
So it's gonna be, a composite deck, but with painted risers. I will say that I noticed there's one mistake on the application. It says that we're gonna be using fiber cement board.
Right.
We're actually planning on using LP Smart Siding, which is what we used on 52 Randolph that you guys, maybe 517 Randolph that you guys approved.
Yeah, I look at it every
You're not
day.
using AZAC, concrete board.
The hardy concrete board, right?
No.
Yeah, it's composite. Okay. No questions?
No, I didn't have any.
New construction, all the materials look appropriate. Do we need a motion?
Is that siding paintable?
It is paintable. You can buy it primed and paint whatever you want. Or you can paint it over the.
I wouldn't recommend it.
You don't like the color?
No, I mean, we don't have the color. I don't have the color.
It doesn't matter.
Put Rapids blue in it, maybe.
But-
Isn't that right?
The color is not relevant.
No, it's probably gray.
In the silver metal roofing, that just gets sort of dull and tarnished over time. It's just not going to,
Well, I don't know that they picked the color for the metal roof, but it is gonna be standing seam metal. So I don't know if it's gonna be galvalume or,
Okay.
which is actually a painted material. It looks like
Okay.
galvanized.
Is it real standing seam?
Yeah, real standing seam.
Okay.
I mean, we're not hand making it like Billy Bowen used to, but,
No, I know, I understand, but it is standing seam.
Yeah.
Okay. Because there's a difference, as you know.
Yes. Yeah.
Okay. I have no questions.
I make a motion to accept the application as is.
A second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Thank you.
You guys have a good night.
You
You
too.
too.
Last but not least, item 6B5. This is for lot 420 on Caswell Avenue. The owner is Laura Lynn Townsend, and her contractor is here to represent her tonight. Okay, so the applicant is seeking to construct a new 1.5-story single-family residence with a front porch and a rear screened-in porch and also by that would be a 10-by-10 deck and a enclosed rear outdoor shower. Although the lot is currently vacant, new construction should be compatible, sympathetic, and complementary to existing buildings. Page 2, we have all of the materials listed. And the zoning was approved for this, and you will also see that the installation of a sidewalk on the side of the property as required by town code. Move on to our other section. The next section is the Historic District Overlay Design Guidelines.
Okay.
If you have questions, her contractor is here.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen.
Good evening.
Bill Dowdy, I'm the owner of Village Builders.
And you've been here before, I know.
I love it.
no questions about the materials or anything? Anybody? You guys are getting good at this.
And 20 now.
I don't know, you've been doing it ever since I've been here, and I've been here a long time.
Great place to work. I mean,
How are the windows?
5 minute commute. Windows are the exact same window I've used since you.
Thank you very much.
What you want.
Thank you.
It's a great window, Bob.
It is. By the way, it is a great window, even, and it comes with a windowsill.
It is.
Yeah.
100%. And my outdoor shower is on the rear of the house.
Do you have steps to it, or does it have a ladder?
It's actually about 6.5 to 7 inches off the ground.
Oh, okay.
It is a corner lot, so if the landscape
Yes.
plan needs to be adjusted, we should show the 2 additional trees in the rear, only because there are high voltage lines.
Right.
On that side of the house, but, some sort of, other approved bushes or something need to be added at the end of the project, certainly have to do so.
But
And
this is a lot I'm thinking about. Did they lose those big trees?
We're gonna lose the hackberry in the front, or if you look at the site plan, there's one really nice tree, I'm not an arborist, so I don't know what
Right.
that tree is, that tree remains. But there's a hackberry, a gum tree.
and you're
Yeah.
putting new ones in the back, I see.
We're gonna add 2 trees in the back.
Right.
I mean, we just showed them there because of the high voltage lines, because realizing probably can't really add it. I don't know the guidelines as far as what kind of tree you need to add, but, don't know them growing into the power lines, I guess.
Actually, it's not in our guidelines, it's under the tree ordinance, so I would send you to appendix F of the tree, I think it's appendix F.
Someone else.
Yeah.
I imagine it would be,
I'm gonna defer that to someone else.
yeah, something that doesn't get too tall or too thick.
No, I mean,
Yeah, I don't have any questions. The only thing, I guess, to your point you just mentioned with the screening for the outdoor shower, is that just shifting one of the trees in the back to address that, the prior conversation?
yep.
I don't have any questions on materials or anything else.
One question I did have, the client did ask me to ask, was there's no Pine Street sidewalk. Does that need to be part of, there is a front sidewalk that is already there. And this is a very, when you ride around town, it's a very different lot because there is no curb on that side of the lot. They have put a gutter there, a guttering, like a double guttering, but there's no side curb. So it's almost like they weren't planning for a sidewalk there, because usually if you're gonna have a sidewalk, there should be a curb there.
Because the lot right by is not.
VDOT would be, that would be outside of where we would normally work, so the curb would fall back into VDOT, not necessarily to the client. But if the sidewalk required, then we want to make sure that it's set at the correct level to meet the curb.
The only place that I know in town, in the historic district, is on Fig Street, the corner of Randolph and Fig. There's a sidewalk that ends on Fig, a block, and
Right.
but there's a curb.
Right.
No carport, no driveway cut.
I mean, I assume that this is going to be something that will be addressed in the zoning portion.
That's correct, it's in the zoning component, definitely the requirement is for the frontage. I'd have to go back to the town council and raise their concern with them and see what the ruling would be, because they actually control the sidewalk network, and they would make that rule. So I'll find that out.
It looks like, it appears that they were not planning for that, because as it continues down to the substation,
I can get you an answer, I just don't have it tonight for you.
I just figured as we progress, it's not like I go like wildfire.
And there's an alley behind this, right?
Correct.
There's an alley behind
There's
this.
an alley
Yeah.
So
behind this, and
that's
the
probably where parking,
house you approved last week, this, well, the substation is right behind it.
Right.
They also own the half lot that's behind that and the other one.
I'm just asking because then you won't have a driveway in the front, coming off the
They have
front.
actually, if you go there and look, I'm gonna have to charge for parking because there's a lot of boats that get parked in this particular area in the winter
Right,
because of the way that gutter is set up, because they can actually park on her lot. Which, I mean, it is 6 of one, half a dozen of the other. I mean, VDOT owns to where the property
Right.
line is. You actually don't own that 15 feet or 12 feet, whatever it is. I mean, corner lots are great lots because
Yeah.
you're getting something for nothing.
Yeah.
for lack of a better term. We put in our tree application, there's one pine tree there that has got a lot of undergrowth around it that could be cleaned up and made a lot prettier than what it is. So
right.
that was part of our tree.
Yeah, we'll get that as soon as it's
Yeah.
approved that.
So, did we have a motion?
I make a motion that we approve the construction of the two-bedroom house, two-story house on Tazewell.
But we need to put the stipulation about the shower.
The shower, screening if required.
We will replace the 2 trees that we got in the back.
Correct.
To try to be more aligned with the pine tree that's currently there.
But I don't think we do anything with the trees, do we?
We don't do anything with the trees.
They have to.
Right, but I mean, we don't have to put that
You were indicating.
We're just.
We need to
just
screen
the
it.
Screening.
The shower.
of the shower, but the
Right.
replacement of the trees in the
Trees we
back
don't
are
have
not
anything to do with.
our purview. Okay, so
Do I have a second?
application as is with the screening of the shower.
Second.
Right, we need a second.
Second.
Pat seconded.
All in favor?
Aye.
Passed.
Y'all have a good evening.
Thank you.
Appreciate all you do.
See now, his shower is on the ground.
I know.
I did know.
Okay, just a few minor items. We put before you the next upcoming calendar of 2025 and 26. We're getting ahead of ourselves, but we felt it was necessary so we can start letting the general public know of your meeting calendar. So we will close that. I hope you've had a chance to review that and let us know if this is acceptable to you. We are still proposing to meet the 3rd Tuesday of the month. We will still keep our starting time at 5 p.m. And again, we typically are requiring all applications to be submitted 1 month, slightly more than 1 month in advance. It comes in the first Tuesday of the month preceding your meeting calendar is when we require applications are in, to get on the subsequent meeting calendar. If you're good, I am looking for a motion to adopt your meeting calendar for 25 and 26.
I make a motion to.
A second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Adopted.
In the monthly report for you, we have shown you the minor exemptions that were approved by me during the last month since we last met. I have nothing further on any compliance checks at this point in time, and again, I have nothing new to report on any violations that we've been working on your behalf for. Beyond, again, because I know 1 Fig Street has been a prevalent subject for discussion, there is progress going forward. Again, as you're aware, of the report at the last meeting, they did finally comply with all the requirements of the notice of violation in terms of moving forward to start addressing that violation. And they are actively now working on the site.
I hear them. I see them.
That's all I have.
The question I have, where it says replacing shingle roof, do they submit to you the sample of the roof shingle?
A sample,
Hidden. Yeah.
they provide photographic evidence of what their current roof looks like and what they're proposing to go to.
But they tell you exactly what the shingle's going to be?
Well, they tell me if they're replacing with like-for-like material.
Okay, and there are no chimneys being removed?
No.
But I mean, it's a question.
On that particular application, no.
Okay, thank you very much.
Sure. Anything else? Brenda?
Tracy, thank you for the update on the portico.
That was my pet peeve. I
Yeah.
called her on that one. And that went up fast. Oh. Motion to adjourn.
Before we adjourn, I'd like to thank you, Katie and Tracy, for providing the camp that Libby and I attended on Friday the 15th, which was absolutely excellent. And I encourage everybody to, we could all get together one time when Tracy says it's feasible and discuss what we all learned together as a board.
We will try and put some time on the December calendar.
Thank you very much.
I think, Pat, you went to training as well?
Yes, I went
Yes.
to the one in Lynchburg.
Thank you, Katie.
Did we approve the motion to adjourn?
I'll make a motion to adjourn.
All in
All
favor?
in favor?
Aye.
Thank you, Gavin.
Adjourn.